Hi Sounders, Mick here. Just thought I'd chat with you for a bit about our reactions to Reading. I mean, it could have been 8, couldn't it? It really could. And that's fairly extraordinary because Reading are not going to be a bad League One side, and they're a week away from starting their campaign. And really, they got slaughtered by Pompey. I wonder how many of that Pompey starting 11 will start our season. Most of them, I guess. I mean, we didn't get a look at Mark Kozhnowski or Luke LaRue. And they will be hoping to start. Or indeed, we didn't see a great deal of Swift either. And he certainly will start. So it's difficult. It's competitive, the Pompey starting lineup, and that's what it should be. And that's what we never had last season. And that's not because of a huge recruitment, because we haven't made a huge recruitment. We've added a small number compared with last year, but of course we've got all our injuries back, and it has made an incredible difference. So Schmidt nailed on, I would have thought. Williams nailed on. Poole, Shaughnessy, Ogilvy. You can't really see any of them being left out of the starting 11. And I thought Marlon played wonderfully well against Reading. He looked very relaxed, but his passing, particularly his long passing, is accurate and measured and quality. And if either or both of the new midfield duo that I mentioned earlier, who we didn't see at all, if either of them match Pack's artistry, I'll be amazed. But there again, he does lack a bit of pace now. He may not be a 90-minute man anymore. But it was a quality performance that he gave against Reading. We'll have to see about that one. Dazelle, his position must be in some doubt. I like him. I've always liked him, and I liked him last season very much. But I just wonder whether he's going to get a starting shout with 3 new midfield players banging on the door. Segacic, the crowd like him. I noticed how much they applauded him when he came off. The Pompey crowd, that is. And he's made himself popular already. I think partly just by the way that he goes about the game, his style, his pace and terrier-like ambition, I wonder whether he'll start. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm going so slowly here, Sounders, but I'm thinking. I'm thinking as I speak to you. Is he going to get a start? I think he'd be very popular if he did amongst the crowd. I think he's 100% wholehearted, and he might do, or he might have to take his time. But he looks like another good acquisition. Lange, it was lovely to see him back, if only for half a game. Murphy is the absolute dog's bollocks. And Bishop, that was slightly worrying when he went down with a head injury for quite some time, but he got up and ploughed on, as is his wont, and could have had a few goals, really, to be honest. But he's nailed on. So I've already got about 10 nailed on players, and that's without seeing the 2 new guys, and that's without including any of the guys who came on in the second half, all of whom one was delighted to see. Killip didn't get her onto the pitch because it was decided that Schmidt would play the whole game, as he will through the season, I sincerely hope, as long as the injuries don't strike him down. But SWANSON, I like the fact that he got into Barney with Savage. Savage is obviously a chip off the old block. Savage by name. And it was good that Swanson and he fell out. Shows they both care. Matthews, it was very nice to see him strolling around. Quality. Boat, fantastic to see Boat. We hadn't seen a second of him, and I'm sure he's going to be good. A good signing, almost like a new signing, isn't he? Let's be honest. It's like another signing from this summer. Ferguson, I'm so pleased that he's still with the club, and who knows whether they're going to give him a deal. I mean, he looked quality to me. He looks as though he's got a bit of time. His close passing was neat and imaginative. And he's a big guy, big unit. He presumably will be able to cover a lot of positions. And he could be really useful to us. And I gathered that he was a really promising youngster, and it would be gold. We could strike gold with him if we're fortunate, and he continues the improvement that he's obviously shown while he's been training with Pompey. He may well get a contract. Farrell, we haven't seen a great deal of him. I haven't anyway, personally. I think one game I saw him play last season. And he looks feisty. Terry Devlin we know all about. Swift came on, didn't he, quite early came on at half-time, I suspect. Anyway, it was good to see him. Good to see him on the pitch, and he's obviously going to play an important part in our season. Young Harry Clout looks very promising, and perhaps easily bullied, but that's not surprising at his age. And Paddy Lane showed all the energy that I remember him having at his best. And he did lose a little bit he did go off the boil a little bit last season. And maybe the break will have done him good, and he may well feel challenged now, really, to take the other wide place, because theoretically there is a wide place that isn't filled at this point in time. And young Waddingham will get better and better, I suspect, I hope, and provides all the cover we've got at the moment in the striking positions. So he's important and very promising. So all in all, was a pleasant couple of hours. Indulging in the Reading game, and it gives us we mustn't get too carried away. It was only Reading, but it gives us a nice springboard to to begin the campaign. Right, I mean, I don't know what else to say, really. You know, you've got all your thoughts about it. I just thought that I'd share a few of mine because I'm so pleased that they're getting back into the swing of things at PO4, and looking forward to the season, aren't you? I'm going to just to let you know, I'm going to do another piece tomorrow, when I'm being joined by a couple of Pompey fans who are coming to have a day out in Brighton with me, and we'll have a beer or two, and we're going to record something because I want to pick their brains, because they are both massive Pompey fans, but also probably more knowledgeable than me, if the truth be known. I'm really well steeped in the club. So I will talk to them and present you with that as another piece. I hope these pieces just make you think a little bit, or make you either hate me or like me, but agree with me or disagree with me, but just make you think a bit. That's the whole purpose of conversation, isn't it? And I know this isn't two-way, but that's how I see it. Okay, Sounders, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Play out, Pompey.